Hello everyone. Welcome to one more session on interview preparation question for clinical research, and this is part 5. So we have already seen part 4 and we are doing it as interview based questions, interview preparation questions for clinical research, which is part 5, which can be used for CRC, CRA jobs, TMF jobs, and some basic questions which will deal you in interviews. So today's topic, I'll be discussing about 5 important questions. And there's 5 important questions. First one is, what is Belmont report? What is the importance of Belmont report in clinical trial? What is an SOP, which is standard operating procedures? Who are considered as vulnerable subjects? What is called as DOH or Declaration of Helsinki? What is the importance of Declaration of Helsinki in clinical trials? And what is 21 CFR Part 11? So these are the 5 questions which I'll be dealing with today in interview-based questions. Without any delay, let's jump into the first question. What is Belmont report? So now Belmont report is created by National Commission for Protection of Human Subjects for Biomedical and Behavioral Research. So these are the guidelines which were being created by protection of human subjects, biomedical and behavioral research. So the Belmont report has mainly 3 principles. The first one is the beneficence. What is the benefit for the subjects for participation into clinical trials? And the second one is justice. And the third one and last one is respect for the individual or the patient or the subject who participates into this. The Belmont report mainly works on ethics and as well as healthcare research. Its primary purpose is to protect the subjects and participants in clinical research and in particularly to the clinical trials, which includes human beings. So it involves mainly 3 principles. First one, beneficence. Second one, justice. And third one, respect to individuals. So this is what is called as Belmont report. What is an SOP? So SOP plays a major role while you are conducting the clinical trials, because every process has to be conducted as per your written standard operating procedures. Now, how are we going to define what is a SOP? Is a standard operating procedure, which is a detailedly written instructions to perform any activity, in order to achieve a uniformity in performance. In order to achieve a uniformity of a performance of a specific function, then it is called as a standard operating procedure. So it's a simple word. It's instructions which are being written detailedly for any activities or specific function to do it. And why are we using it? In order to achieve a uniformity performance, the same outcome for every time for a specific function, then it is called as SOP, which is standard operating procedures. And standard operating procedures are being used in clinical trials in every prospective areas. Whichever process you are going to do it, we are going to use a standard operating procedures for any performance and activities. Now, the next question is, who are considered as vulnerable subjects? What is vulnerable subjects? First one. So individuals whose willingness to participate into a clinical trial can be easily influenced. So you can influence for the participation into clinical trials. Then those subjects are called as vulnerable subjects. Now, these subjects who can be easily influenced by the expectation, whether justified or not justified, it is influencing the subject for the participation for the expected benefit. Then it is called as your vulnerable subjects. So these examples are children, homeless people, or pregnant women, or prisoners, or army individuals, or hierarchy people, or pharmacists, or dental or medical students, and refugees and nomads. All these people will be considered as vulnerable subjects. So in a simple words, who is a vulnerable subject is the individuals whose participation into particular clinical trials is being influenced or unduly influenced by the expectation of participation, then it is called as vulnerable subject. So you need to take careful consideration when you are participating or when you are including the vulnerable subjects into clinical trials. So that's what you call it as vulnerable subjects. And best examples is nomads, refugees, or army individuals, or hierarchy people, or students, or unemployed, or illiterates. So now, what is Declaration of Helsinki? Declaration of Helsinki is, in other words, it's called as DOH, which is Declaration of Helsinki. And these are set of ethical principles. So these are also ethical principles which are included for human experiments, which are developed by World Medical Association. So these are developed by World Medical Association. First, it was started in 1964. And this is something which is called as Declaration of Helsinki. It is widely regarded as documents which is used for human research ethics, in order to make sure to protect the life of the subjects and health of the subjects, dignity of the subjects, integrity of the subjects, the right of the subjects, and self-determination, privacy of the subject, confidentiality of the subject, and personal information of the subjects are being protected, and clinical trial are being conducted ethically by your physician. So these guidelines are particularly designed for physicians who conducts the medical research, which is also called as clinical research or clinical trials, which are involved in human subjects. So which includes protection of human rights or human subjects, the rights, confidentiality, privacy, and the personal information of the subjects, integrity and rights of subject, and dignity of the subjects. So this is what you call it as Declaration of Helsinki. And now coming back to what is 21 CFR Part 11. So CFR stands for Code of Federal Regulation. These are the regulations which are given by the US FDA. And 21 CFR Part 11 particularly called as electronic records and electronic signatures. Electronic records and electronic signatures that are treated same as paper and handwritten signature. So these are the regulations which are being given that electronic signature is same as paper signatures. What are the rules and regulations when it is considered as electronic signature is the same as paper signatures? Then it is called as 21 CFR Part 11. So these are electronic documents and electronic signatures, which is acceptable as paper studies. So regulated companies with any documents or records which must comply with the regulations. So 21 CFR Part 11 is considered as 21 chapter of US FDA, and CFR is Code of Federal Regulations, and Part 11 is the subpart of electronic records and electronic signatures. So 21 CFR Part 11 deals with electronic signatures and electronic documents which are considered similar to the paper studies and paper documents or paper signatures. Every company has to follow, when you are using electronic documents, you have to follow 21 CFR Part 11, which is equivalent for the paper studies. Then it is called as 21 CFR Part 11. So before I leave you people, the Clinosol is an organization which is used or which is being developed for training and corporate upskilling. So we give trainings on clinical research, CDM, pharmacovigilance, medical writing, regulatory affairs, and we also have certifications offered. And these are our stats for 2023. So I'll be creating some more videos for clinical research, CDM, pharmacovigilance, medical writing, and regulatory affairs for interview preparation questions. Till then, thank you so much.